1. There's a certain kind of message that stops your heart for a second. You read it once, twice, and your brain refuses to believe it. Elon Musk just sent this. Don't open until it arrives. What could that mean? A package? A challenge? A metaphor? Suddenly, it isn't about Elon anymore. It's about you. It's about that moment in your life when something bigger than you seems to whisper, wait. Something is coming. Don't ruin it by rushing. That phrase feels like destiny disguised as a delivery notice. You can almost hear the sound of rockets lifting off in the background, the hum of ideas breaking through the atmosphere. Elon Musk represents something beyond business or technology. He represents the energy of creation itself. The kind of energy that sends signals into the future long before they make sense in the present. And that's what this message is about, not a literal box, but the unseen gift life sends you when you dare to believe something extraordinary is on its way. We live in a world obsessed with opening things early, notifications, results, relationships, outcomes. Everyone wants to skip to the end of the story before the story has earned its ending. But this message says something different. It tells you to hold your excitement, to master your curiosity, to wait with intention. Because not everything is ready the moment you want it. Some things are still being built behind the scenes. Piece by piece, line by line, by the invisible engineers of your own becoming. Imagine that Elon's package is not an object but a metaphor for everything you've been waiting for: success, recognition, peace, the right opportunity, the right time. It's being prepared, tested, refined. Somewhere in the unseen fabric of the world, it's being coded, designed, and assembled just for you. But if you open it too soon, if you force the process, doubt the timing, or give up too early, you risk destroying the very thing that's meant to elevate you. That's what "don't open until it arrives" really means. Trust the process, even when you can't track the shipping. Patience is not laziness. It's preparation. It's the art of holding your belief steady when nothing is happening, of showing up with quiet confidence when the world thinks you've forgotten what you wanted. It's about knowing that the journey is part of the arrival, that waiting is not wasted time but invested time. Every great inventor, every great dreamer, every person who built something extraordinary had to endure the silence between sending and receiving. Think of SpaceX. Before rockets landed themselves, they crashed. They burned. They exploded into the ocean and the sky and the headlines. But every failure was a form of delivery. Every mistake carried the message, not yet, but soon. Elon didn't give up. He waited, learned, rebuilt, and kept believing in the arrival of what he couldn't yet hold. That's the same energy you need for your dreams. The same energy you need when you're tempted to give up, when you refresh your inbox for the 100th time, when life seems to say delayed but never delivered. The universe doesn't rush what's worth having. The seed doesn't bloom on the first day it's planted. The rocket doesn't reach orbit without gravity's resistance. And your dream, whatever it is, will not arrive until you are ready to receive it. Maybe that's why the message says don't open until it arrives. Because sometimes, the package is ready before the person is. Sometimes, you need to grow into the version of yourself capable of handling what's coming. Maybe you're in that stage right now, the quiet stage, the waiting room between who you were and who you're becoming. It feels empty. You can't see progress. You wonder if the message was real, if the package even exists. But remember, silence doesn't mean nothing's happening. It means everything's happening, just not where you can see it. Like a rocket coasting through darkness before the next stage ignites, your life is aligning, assembling, calculating the next move. That's when people quit, in the waiting. They cancel the order, lose faith, start doubting the sender. But not you. You've seen too much to give up now. You've worked too hard to turn away when it's about to arrive. So don't lose focus. Keep building your launch pad. Keep preparing your mind, your craft, your energy. Because when the moment finally comes, it won't look like you imagined. It'll look better. Maybe the package is a breakthrough you've been waiting for. Maybe it's love, success, opportunity, or healing. But here's the truth, whatever it is, it's on its way. The message has already been sent. The fact that you can feel this pull, this anticipation, means the universe has already shipped it. You just haven't received it yet. That's the beauty of faith, believing something is on its way even when there's no tracking number. Faith is the invisible Wi-Fi between you and your future. It keeps you connected even when you can't see the signal. Every time you stay patient, every time you keep showing up, every time you refuse to open the box early, you're proving to the universe that you're ready to receive what's meant for you. It's tempting to peek, to force progress, to demand answers. But imagine Elon standing beside you, smiling that quiet smile, saying, "Trust the process." You don't open the capsule mid-flight. Because what's coming is still in transit, and you are still in training. Greatness doesn't show up gift-wrapped overnight. It shows up disguised as discipline, disguised as waiting, disguised as the voice in your head that says, "Keep going." Maybe that's what Musk's message really is, a reminder that your life is a launch sequence, and every delay is part of the mission. Every failure is fuel. Every setback is trajectory correction. And the destination? It's not a place, it's a state of mind. It's the moment when you finally realize that the waiting was the arrival, that the process was the gift. So breathe. Believe. Hold the line. The universe has your address. The delivery is on its way. And when it finally arrives, you'll know why it took this long, because you'll be ready to open it without fear, without doubt, without hesitation. Until then, don't open it early. Just get ready to receive it. 2. There's a strange magic in waiting, not the passive kind, but the kind that burns quietly inside you while everything else seems frozen. It's the fire that doesn't roar but glows steady, keeping you alive through the cold hours of uncertainty. That's the energy this message carries. Elon Musk just sent this. Don't open until it arrives. It's a whisper from the universe that says, keep the fire alive while the world catches up to your vision. Think about it. Every great dreamer, every innovator who ever existed, lived in that gap between the sending and the receiving. The Wright brothers building wooden wings in a bicycle shop, laughed at by the world. Steve Jobs sketching devices no one thought they needed. Musk himself staring at rockets that fell apart before they could touch the stars. That gap is where doubt lives. But it's also where destiny is forged. Because that's where patience meets persistence, the waiting tests you. It asks questions no success ever will. Do you still believe when no one's watching? Do you still move when progress is invisible? Do you still trust the sender when there's no sign of delivery? Most people fail this test. They give up halfway, convincing themselves that nothing was ever coming. But the few who hold their ground, they are the ones who change the world. You see, life is not random. It's a sequence. And when something is meant for you, it's already in motion the moment you believe in it. The moment you dared to dream it, the order was placed. The universe began preparing the route. But deliveries don't happen instantly, especially when the order is extraordinary. And your dream, if it's big enough, needs time to find its way through storms, detours, and delays. Imagine a rocket on its journey through space. It doesn't fly in a straight line. It burns, it corrects, it reorients, it drifts, and then it ignites again. The same thing happens with your goals. You may feel lost, floating, uncertain, but as long as your belief burns, even faintly, you are still on course. Every failure, every delay, every heartbreak is a course correction, not a cancellation. The package hasn't disappeared. It's just adjusting its path. There's a story hidden inside that message. It's not about Elon sending you something. It's about you sending something to yourself. It's about the future you, the stronger, wiser, more capable version of who you are now, mailing you a reminder from the days ahead. I've already made it. Keep going. Don't open until you're ready to become me. That thought alone can shift everything. Because suddenly, you realize the waiting isn't empty, it's sacred. It's where transformation happens. You're not just waiting for something to arrive, you're becoming the person who can hold it when it does. What good is success if your hands are too weak to lift it? What good is opportunity if your mind can't sustain it? Growth fills the gap between desire and delivery. Sometimes the universe hides your blessings behind time, because time teaches you how to value them. Think of all the things you once wanted immediately: relationships, money, recognition, shortcuts. If you'd gotten them too soon, they might have destroyed you. You weren't ready then. You hadn't learned balance, humility, endurance. That's why the message says don't open until it arrives, not until you deserve it, not until you've earned it, but until it truly arrives. When both you and your destiny meet at the same frequency, that's what real arrival is. It's not just the package showing up, it's you showing up too. You with discipline, wisdom, gratitude, and strength. Because success without those things isn't success. It's chaos wrapped in gold. And the universe never ships chaos, it ships lessons first. Lessons in patience, lessons in focus, lessons in waiting when every voice in your head screams, "It's taking too long." Maybe that's where you are right now. Refreshing your metaphorical tracking page, wondering if your time will ever come. You've seen others succeed, others receive, and you're stuck with silence. But let me tell you something, the longer it takes, the bigger it's going to be. The more the universe delays it, the more it's calibrating it perfectly to your life. You don't want early delivery, you want the right one. The one that fits you, sustains you, expands you. Remember, rockets don't launch when they want to, they launch when the conditions are right. The engineers wait for weather, wind, and alignment. If they launch too soon, the mission fails. That's what impatience does to people, it makes them launch before their systems are ready. And then they blame life for the crash. Don't make that mistake. Keep preparing, keep learning, keep aligning. Because when your launch window comes, you'll lift off effortlessly. Think of Musk staring at a rocket about to launch, millions of parts, years of work, thousands of tests. One spark, one wrong equation, and it's over. But he still pushes the button, because he trusts the process. He knows the pain of preparation is worth the price of success. You have to trust your own countdown the same way. When you can't see progress, that's when faith becomes real. This journey is personal. No one else can open your package for you. No one else can hold your dream. The world might laugh, doubt, or even walk away, but none of that matters. Because your future doesn't depend on their belief, it depends on yours. And belief is the most powerful delivery service in existence. It never fails, it never loses a parcel, it just waits for you to be home when it arrives, so be home. Be present. Stay ready. Don't wander into negativity or comparison or regret. When you feel lost, remind yourself, the package is already on its way. You don't have to chase it, it's coming to you. But only if you stay where your destiny can find you, focused, faithful, unshaken. And when that day comes, when the knock on the door finally happens, when life hands you what you've been waiting for, you'll look back at the waiting and realize it was never empty. It was everything. The silence built your strength. The doubt built your depth. The patience built your power. So yes, Elon Musk just sent this. Not literally, symbolically. He sent you a message about vision, about endurance, about daring to dream beyond the limits of the possible. He sent you a reminder that every great thing begins as a small signal. A mysterious message, a whisper from the future that says, "Wait, something extraordinary is on its way," and you, right now, are living in that whisper. Hold on. Keep building. Don't open it early, because when it finally arrives, it won't just change your life, it'll prove that your faith was never misplaced. 3. There's a moment in every dreamer's journey when everything goes quiet. No signs, no progress, no confirmation that what you're waiting for is still coming. That's when doubt creeps in, soft at first, then louder. It tells you maybe the message was a mistake, maybe the package was lost, maybe it was never real. But that silence, that long stretch of nothingness, is where faith learns to breathe. When you can't see movement, that's when the real movement begins, inside you. The waiting reshapes you, trims away impatience, strengthens your endurance. It's like the pressure that forms diamonds, invisible but undeniable. You start realizing that the message "don't open until it arrives" wasn't a restriction, it was protection. It wasn't telling you not to act, it was telling you not to ruin what's becoming. There's a kind of peace that comes when you finally stop trying to force the door open. You realize the timing of your life is perfect, not because you control it, but because it's being guided by something smarter than your schedule. The universe isn't late, it's precise. Everything you've lost, every delay, every rejection, it all folds into a pattern that only makes sense in hindsight. Musk didn't build Tesla overnight. He didn't discover PayPal by luck. He followed a pattern of persistence, trial, failure, revision, breakthrough, and then did it again. That's the same sequence written into your life. Every time you fail, you're refining the design. Every disappointment is a prototype. Every no is data. The waiting period is your laboratory, the space where you test your strength, your patience, your creativity. So when the delivery finally comes, it's not a surprise. It's a confirmation that you've been building the right thing all along. But here's the catch: the universe won't deliver what you've asked for if you're still acting like the version of yourself who made the request. You have to evolve. You have to grow into the person who can hold what's coming. That's why it takes time, not because the package is delayed, but because you're still becoming the person who can receive it. Elon once said, "Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up." There's a quiet wisdom in that. He didn't say persistence makes things easy, he said it makes them possible. And that's what the waiting is, persistence in disguise. You're building internal gravity, the kind that keeps your dreams anchored when storms come. Think about a rocket again. Before it breaks through the atmosphere, it fights resistance so fierce it could tear it apart. But that resistance is what gives it direction. Without it, it would drift endlessly. The same applies to your waiting. The obstacles, the doubt, The delays are not against you, they're shaping your trajectory. They're forcing you to refine your focus, to test your commitment, to prove that what you want isn't a whim, because the universe doesn't reward wishers, it rewards builders. And building requires waiting, not the passive kind, but the kind where you prepare like it's already on the way. That's the mindset that turns waiting into momentum. You don't sit around counting minutes, you build your skills, sharpen your vision, clean your space, improve your health, strengthen your spirit. You make yourself a worthy landing zone for what's coming. You don't wait for the future, you become it. Maybe that's what the message really means. Maybe Elon Musk just sent this. Don't open until it arrives isn't a message from him, but a metaphor for your own greatness. A signal from your higher self that says, the version of you that's coming will astonish you. Don't rush it. Let it arrive in full. It's easy to romanticize the destination, the success, the recognition, the achievement. But if you could peek inside the package before it arrives, you'd see it's filled with responsibilities, pressure, choices, and challenges that you can't yet handle. That's why the timing matters. You're not just waiting for the blessing is waiting for you to mature into balance. Look at Elon's companies, rockets, cars, tunnels, satellites, each one represents an idea people once mocked. It's impossible, they said. It will never work. But he didn't argue with them. He kept building, kept waiting for the technology, the funding, the alignment to catch up. That's the secret, belief plus patience. The two hardest things to hold together. But when they combine, they create miracles. So many people sabotage their future by opening their package too soon. They chase results before building foundation, chase applause before mastery, chase wealth before wisdom. And when it falls apart, they blame fate, not realizing they opened it before it had arrived. It's like pulling a cake from the oven too early. It collapses in your hands because it wasn't done yet. The waiting isn't punishment. It's protection. Patience doesn't mean inaction. It means precision. It means knowing when to push and when to pause. Musk once delayed rocket launches by months, even years, because conditions weren't right. The impatient would have launched anyway and failed spectacularly. But patience turned potential disasters into historic successes. In your life, the same principle applies. If it's not ready, wait. If you're not ready, grow, and while you wait, don't lose your wonder. Most people grow bitter in waiting. You should grow brighter. Keep dreaming. Keep visualizing. Keep your imagination alive. Because imagination is the preview of what's coming. It's the spiritual tracking link. Every time you imagine it vividly, you're confirming it still exists, still moving toward you. That's how faith works. It lets you feel the future before you hold it. You might not know what your package looks like. Maybe it's a career breakthrough. Maybe it's peace after years of chaos. Maybe it's a version of yourself who no longer doubts. But trust that it's on its way. And when it does arrive, it will come in perfect alignment, the right people, the right timing, the right version of you. So for now, keep building quietly. Keep showing up for your dreams when no one's clapping. The silence is not the absence of progress, it's the sound of your destiny getting ready to land. Somewhere out there, beyond the noise, your future self is smiling, whispering, "It's almost here. Just hold on a little longer." Because that's what this message has always been about, the sacred art of holding on when it would be easier to give up. The courage to believe that your package is still coming even when you've forgotten what you ordered. The strength to stay grounded in faith when everything around you demands proof. The universe rewards that kind of strength. It always does. Because that's what makes you unstoppable, so breathe. Don't panic. Don't rush. Every second of waiting is fuel for what's about to arrive, and when it does, when the knock finally comes, when the future steps through your door, you won't just open it. You'll understand it. You'll look at the journey, the delays, the lessons, and whisper to yourself, "Now I see why it took so long." Because it wasn't just a package. It was preparation disguised as patience.